Shalom, this is G-Mess on the Sit Downs coming back with the lesson. First off and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and the highest honor to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Kadash, double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, which teach and rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect out there that's spreading this word as sincere and in truth. God was going over this scripture briefly, and funny thing is I actually started reading at verse 11, but then I scrolled up and the Spirit hit me, to go into this lesson right here, verse 8, 9, and 10. So let's see where it's gonna get us. It's straight through the Spirit, and that's how I like it, man. How these lessons and these scriptures hit you in a beautiful manner that you just want to speak on it and talk about it and go over it. Okay, so the scripture says here, Romans chapter 13, verse 8, owe no man anything but to love one another, for he that loveth another had fulfilled the law. You see? So now why does it say owe no man anything? If you go into the word owe, it says what? To owe money, be in debt for that which is due, the debt, the goodwill due. Okay, to be guilty, be bound, oh, you are in debt to a man. Now, what happens when you are in debt to a man? It might bring up strife, man. It might bring up contention between you. Okay, you make a contract, or you make an agreement. Let me put it like that, it's better. You make an agreement between each other, and in certain cases, this agreement will not be kept. Why? Lack of money, or lack of time. You didn't have the time to, get the money back that you owe the man, or you owe him a deed, which is difficult concerning your time to pay up. You was gonna help him or whatever, because he helped you once. Okay, that's a certain spirit that shouldn't be there, because it's gonna stir up strife, man. It's gonna stir up strife. Everything needs to be done in brotherly love, okay? Not in the way of payments, like I helped you today, so you have to help me tomorrow. No, you supposed to help a brother out of love, man. Okay, out of brotherly love, you're supposed to help a brother out. Not out of like, if I help you out now, you owe me a debt. Goedemorgen. You owe me a debt. It shouldn't be like that, man. Okay? Everything should be out of brotherly love. Now, if we go into the book of Sirach, chapter 29, let's just start at 1, man. This whole chapter is actually going to teach you, like, why you shouldn't owe no man. Okay? You shouldn't come in a situation like this. That's why the fruits of the Spirit, there's also a scripture that explains, like, the fruits of the Spirit is not to give, to receive. So you don't give or lend money to receive it back. You lend money, through the Spirit to help a brother out. If he has the time to give it back, or if he has the occasion to give it back, he can give it back. But if not, it is all good, man. Okay, that's also the spirit you gotta walk in, to help a brother, and to not expect he gives it back. Okay? If you make an agreement on giving it back, if that man says, like, yeah, I'm gonna give you back next week, and he doesn't do it, then another spirit gets brought up. Now, you can say, like, yeah, it is his fault because he said I'm gonna give it back. But on the other hand, it is your fault because you could have said, like, hey, don't worry about it, man. I got you, man. You got me too. Whenever I'm in trouble, I know you're there for me too, Ak. So it's all good. Okay? If you come with that spirit towards him, he ain't gonna stress out, because of course he's gonna say, like, yeah, next week I got you, because he wants to make you feel comfortable by lending unto him. He wants you to feel comfortable, like, oh, I can lend this money unto him because next week he got it back. Okay, so there it already goes wrong, because most likely this man doesn't have it the next week. Okay, So the time is going to be prolonged, and a very irritating energy or a situation is gonna occur, man, which does not lead to loving one another and just helping each other out, man. Okay, so this is Sirach 29:1. He that is merciful will lend unto his neighbor, and he that strengtheneth his hand keepeth the commandments. Lend to thy neighbor in time of his need, and pay thou thy neighbor again in due season. You see, so you gotta help your neighbors out, man. Help your neighbors out. But like I said, man, the love of the Spirit, or the fruit of the Spirit, is like to give and not be in a mind state like, yeah, I want to have it back because I lended to him. Nah, man, that's a vengeful spirit, man. Like, hey, leave that aside, man. Help this man out according to your strength, though. Help him out according to your power. If not, you shouldn't help him out neither, because the scriptures also speak about that in the same chapter. That's why I said this chapter is beautiful, man. Okay, so Yara Tazama briefly go over it and mention some good scriptures, or point out some good scriptures, verses from this chapter. Verse 3, keep thy word and deal faithfully with him. You see? So it goes into keeping your word, man. Keep thy word. So when you make an agreement with each other, you're supposed to keep your word, man. Keep thy word and deal faithfully with him, and thou shalt always find the thing that is necessary for thee. So if you borrow money from a brother and you keep your word, he's always gonna have your back, man. Okay? But through the Spirit, what is mentioned here is like, owe no man anything, man. Let everything be done through love and not strife. No contracts, nothing, man. Just deal faithfully with each other. Then situations like this will never occur, man. Okay? Of course, there are gonna be situations wherein, it has to occur, because, for example, two brothers working with each other, then you dealing with each other not only on the level of the truth, but also on the level of the world, concerning your job and stuff like that. So not carnal, let me put it differently, like worldly business gets mingled with the truth. Now when that occurs, then you have to apply this scripture more, which says, keep thy word, verse 3, Sirach 29:3. Keep thy word and deal faithfully with him, and thou shalt always find the thing that is necessary for thee. So on a worldly level, dealing with business or working together, you got to deal faithfully with each other. Okay? Many, when a thing was lent to them, reckoned it to be found, and put them to trouble that helped them. You see that? So oftentimes you lend something and then a man acts like it's already fixed and stuff like that, but it's not. And now the other man gets in trouble because a big gap out of his monthly salary is taken because he wanted to help you out. Okay? And now you put him in trouble. But later on it's gonna explain you like, hey, if you help a man out, make sure you yourself don't get in trouble. For example, you have 1,000 euros, okay? This man comes to you, this brother comes to you, asks for 600 to help pay his debt or his rent. But your rent is 600 too. So when you help him out with that 600, you only have 400 left. How you gonna pay your rent? Now he gonna say like, hey, next week I got your back, I'm gonna pay the 600 back. And you expect like, okay, that's no problem because my rent, I have to pay my rent next week. So if you got the money then I'm gonna be good, man. But then next week he doesn't pay up. So now you're in trouble with your own rent. Okay? So you gotta walk circumspectly and wisely also concerning helping out brothers, in what manner and in what way. And the thing is, if you are a body, let's say 10, 11, let's say 10 brothers. If a brother needs 100 euros if everyone pays him 10 euros, it's like for the lawnmower. This guy irritatingly comes by. Let me walk a little bit faster. So if every brother, if there's 10 brothers in the camp and every brother helps him out with the 10 euro, he good, man. Nobody gonna stress out about 10 euros, but one man might stress out about that 100 euros. So there's less friction when it happens like that. So, you know, you gotta observe it also. Now, there might be certain men that can miss it more than other men. Like a 500 euro is not gonna really bother them in a month because, you know, they have their own business, they self-employed, whatever. It's not really gonna bother them. But for some men, it is going to bother them. So just work together, be one body in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua and help each other out, you know, and deal faithfully with each other, man, through the Spirit. Not like it's a freaking business. Not like you are, you know, in the fucking mob or something. We are a body, we are brothers, we are family. So we gotta deal faithfully with each other. Okay? That's why it says deal faithfully with him. Verse 5. Verse 5. Till he had received, he will kiss a man's hand, and for his neighbor's money he will speak submissively. So a man will be very humble if he needs something. But when he has it, then that whole spirit leaves, man. Now this of course happens a lot with wicked type of man. But with the righteous man, you know, he will just be honest. He's supposed to be honest to you. But you have to understand, like, we are all in this wicked flesh. So the scripture also says, pull it up real quick. Let me see. Thought it was in Micah. Yep. Jeremiah chapter 9, verse 4. Take ye heed everyone to his neighbor, of his neighbor, and trust ye not in any brother, for every brother will utterly supplant, and every neighbor will walk with slanders. Okay, so we have this wickedness in us, this wicked root which comes from Adam, you know, which lets down, which has been let down all the way to us. Okay, so even, you know, within this truth, man will walk with, you know, man will supplant you, man, into receiving anything. What did Jacob do? He supplanted Esau into getting his birthright and to getting the blessing, man. He has supplanted Esau 2 times, man. Okay, and even his father in that case, because his father, you know, gave him the blessing. So, but this will happen also with brothers in this truth, man. These things, these mannerisms will also happen to brothers in this truth. And you have to understand that, man. Okay, so you got to also walk circumspectly concerning that. And this is also the reason why it says, Sirach 29 and 7. Many therefore have refused to lend for other man's ill dealing, fearing to be defrauded. You see that? Because that's where it all leads to. So why does the Apostle Paul mention this in the book of Romans? If you walk faithfully towards each other in a spirit of love, helping each other out, there's not gonna be no grudge. There's not gonna be no animosity, you know, with this demonic spirit of love of money, man. Okay, that's why it is also being written, the love of money is the root of all evil. It doesn't say money is the root of all evil. It says the love of money. So when you are all up in, you know, emotions, when you didn't receive this 10 euro or 20 euros back, you really have that love of money, man. That 10 or 20 euros really needs to be back in your pockets. Meanwhile, you don't really need it, man. Hey, this little mud, man, supposed to let my dog loose on his ass, man. Shit, man. Fucking irritating. These Edomites always have this spirit on them that enters into these dogs, man. That they become like fucking irritating, man. But anyway, so this is what Apostle Paul is mentioning, and giving unto us brothers for nowadays and also in those days, which is this, Romans 13:8. Owe no man anything but to love one another. Okay, everything needs to be in the spirit of love. Now, due to these Christians, teaching the scriptures, some of these love scriptures, you receive them a little bit vaguely. Let me put it like that. Like it becomes a little bit vague, like how these Christians speak love this, love that. You be like, hey, this is strange, man. But really, if we tap into the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, we really have to walk with love towards each other, and don't mind earthly things. If you mind earthly things, you're gonna be bothered. You're really gonna be bothered with money business, man. Okay, but if you walk in the spirit, and deal faithfully with each other, these things will just will be solved easily, man. Okay, here it is. Brother asked me to go to the restaurant. He asked me to go to the restaurant. In the restaurant, I decide to pay everything. Don't worry, I got you. I pay everything. But then next time, he asked me again to go to the restaurant. So we go to the restaurant, and the receipt comes, and he doesn't want me to see the money, man. He doesn't want me to see the receipt, because he's like, I got you now. Okay, now that's the spirit of love, man. That's the spirit that we gotta walk in. Like, don't worry, don't even worry about it. And he doesn't come like, or I didn't come like, hey, you paid now, because last time I paid it, I didn't come in that spirit towards him. I just wanted to pay again. And he said, no, you're not allowed to even look at the price. That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. Call Allah Yahweh Hashem Yahushai for that, because that makes the whole thing, the whole setup, the whole evening a beautiful thing, without no animosity, without no friction. Because you lose some money, you decide, both of y'all decide to have a good evening, so you chill out with brothers. So everything needs to be in the spirit of love, man, towards each other. Because you have to understand also, we are all that we got, man. We forsake our family, we forsake our old friends, we forsake everyone, man. Our children, our wives, for this truth, man, for Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And we met companions that walk in the same way as us. Okay, so they become your new family. Yahweh mentioned it. He said, "Who's my father, my mother, my brother, my sister? Those that do the will of the Most High." So guess what? You got a new family right there, which is the brothers that teach this word, man, or that believe in the Lord. Okay, so again, Romans 13:8. Owe no man anything but to love one another, for he that loveth another hath fulfilled the law. For this, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness, thou shalt not covet. And there be any other commandment, it is briefly comprehended in this saying, namely, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. And that's true, man. Like, if you observe the 10 Commandments, it goes into loving each other, man. Because if you commit adultery with another man's wife, is that loving your neighbor? No. If you bear false witness, about your neighbor, is that love? Is that love, man? Is that loving your neighbor? No. You see, so if you make a summary of these commandments, you will see that it goes back into, showing love towards each other and not that hate. Okay? Verse 10, love worketh no ill to his neighbor. Therefore, love is fulfilling the law. Okay, so brothers don't want to line up no more. Brothers don't want to, eat pork no more, shrimp, crab, lobster. But they be covetous towards brothers. Is that love? Is that fulfilling the law then? No. You see? Brothers want to lie to each other. Okay? get angry towards each other, have issues concerning money and business and shit like that. You know? Is that love then? Is that then fulfilling the law? Here it is, you want to keep all these commandments. Walk around, with your garment, coming to the camp with your fringes and your blue border. But you can't deal faithfully with another brother, man. Concerning small things, man. Here it is, we about to inherit, very rich and beautiful kingdom. But you tripping about fucking inked, a tree. Let me put it like this: a tree converted into paper with white people faces on it that hate your guts, man. You see, that's what you tripping about. Of course, this currency at the same time is being used to survive nowadays. So brothers from both sides have to take this into consideration, man. The one side is like, hey, what is this money actually, man? And the other side is like, hey, I should understand that this brother has a family to feed also and his bills to pay also. Now, if we take that in consideration, there will be love towards one another, and there will be no animosity and strife. Okay, now from another side, verse 8. And it's beautiful that it just continues into, showing different sides of the aspect, man. Verse 8, yet have thou patience with a man in poor estate, and delay not to show him mercy. So you got to be merciful unto him also, man. Yahushua mentioned the man that received mercy from his Lord, but then he didn't give mercy unto his servant, man. He threw him into prison and stuff like that. Now that's not the spirit to walk in, man. Walk merciful towards one another. How do you expect the Most High to have mercy on you if you don't have mercy on other people? And not just people, brothers, man. Okay, have patience, man. Verse 9, help the poor for the commandment's sake, and turn him not away because of his poverty. Lose thy money for thy brother and thy friend, and let it not rust under a stone to be lost. So you might spend money on clothing or shoes or some carnal bullshit. You might spend your money on that, but that is like lose your money under a rock, man. What the fuck is this? Of course, if you need a jacket, if you don't have a freaking jacket and the winter is coming up, of course you need to lose your money for that. But if you have 10, 12 jackets in your closet, 20 pairs of shoes, what is that money that you have to spend on a brother and never receive back? What is that in comparison to these shoes, man? You just toss this pair of shoes with the other pair of shoes. But this brother is in need of it. So why not help him out? Because you lay up treasures in heaven, man. And that is that love, man. That is that love. But here it is, a man will have 20 pairs of shoes and bug out because of some money that he didn't receive back from a brother. But meanwhile, he don't even wear 9 out of the 10 shoes that he got. You see? Isn't that wasted money then? Okay, but to help out a brother is never wasted money, man. You see? Now that's how you got to look at it. Okay, so it says what? Verse 10, lose thy money for thy brother and thy friend, and let it not rust under a stone to be lost. Lay up treasures. You see? So why does this verse come straight after that? Because this is what you are doing, man. This is what you are doing when you help out brothers. You lay up treasures in heaven, man. Okay? So it says, verse 11, lay up thy treasure according to the commandments of the Most High, and it shall bring thee more profit than gold. Because why? You receive friends, brothers that will take a bullet for you, man, if necessary. Okay? And the scriptures speak about that too. Actually, it's gonna go into it right here. Shut up alms in thy storehouses, and it shall deliver thee from all afflictions, man. So when the Most High sees you deal faithfully and walk with love towards brothers that are without, that are in need, the Most High is gonna, protect you in the time of affliction and guide you into the way, of protection, of safety, man. Okay, now that's a beautiful thing. Now you shouldn't be like, oh, I'm gonna help him out now, so I receive that later. No, man, you should just should just be cool, man. You should do certain things and show love towards brothers, you know, out of goodwill, and not out of like, okay, just, you know, like a insurance or something, man, to receive something back later. Because that's not that spirit, man. Okay? So you gotta understand, like, don't owe no man. Okay, let everything owe no man, you know, also meaning like Salakia. Also meaning like owe no man, also meaning like you know, when the other brother helps you out, you shouldn't be, you know, in the mentality to defraud him and act like you paid it and stuff like that. You know, you shouldn't be like that too. But the man that helps someone out has to be, you know, very calm and collective, man. Because I believe it's Sirach 10. Sirach 10 also speaks about, like, if you don't get it back, so be it, man. Damn, man. I know it's like shit, man. You know what the thing is? I don't know how the scripture goes exactly, but let me just roughly paraphrase it. It says like, if you help a brother and eventually he doesn't pay you back for it, if you don't receive it from him, you will receive it from the Most High. So in some form or way, the Most High will help you out and set you up good, man. Set you up good. If not now, then in the kingdom. Okay, so really there's nothing to worry about. I thought it was 10, but it's not. Okay, so Salakia for that. If I find the scripture, I'm gonna go inside again. So I'm gonna 100% find the scripture. Oh, I got it. Sirach chapter 12, verse 1. When thou wilt do good, know to whom thou doest it, so shalt thou be thanked for thy benefits. You see, so you gotta understand, like, hey, do good unto a godly man. If you do good unto a wicked person, you know, it's really gonna lead into a lot of problem and nonsense, man. There was a guy in the camp. He never really helped out brothers with money business, because he was always so-called in the struggle himself. But then the word on the streets went like this. He gave a 2/3 nigga 2,000 euros. When we heard that, we was like, what the hell is this? You never helped us out. We always paid up for you and stuff like that. Now what happened? He never received the 2,000 euros back. So that's the spirit of the Most High. The Most High was like, oh, you want to always be greedy amongst brothers? Don't help them out, nothing. Now, here, put the spirit on you to pay up 2,000 euros onto this 2/3 nigga, and he gonna keep it, man. And 2,000 euros ain't nothing, man. It's not nothing, so to speak. So, hey, know unto whom you do good, man. He had the chance to lay up a lot of treasures in heaven by helping out brothers when he could, but he didn't do it. So verse 2, do good to the godly man, and thou shalt find a recompense, and if not from him, yet from the Most High. You see that? So everything leads towards righteousness, everything leads towards beauty if you just help out and be brotherly, okay? And owe no man, okay? You gotta walk in that spirit. If he buys a fucking chicken sandwich for you today, you know, you should be in the spirit to hook up the brother another day, man. And that brother that buys that chicken sandwich for you shouldn't be on the mode like, yeah, give me the 4 euros of the chicken sandwich that I bought for you last week. You know, I need the 4 euros. Get the fuck out of here with that greedy shit, man. You know, fix each other up and work in love towards one and another. So fulfill ye the law, you know, of the Most High, man. This is the commandment. So walk in love, man. That's the beauty thereof, man. So with that, I want to give all praises, glory, and the highest honor to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Bashem Kakadash. Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. Okay, we need to apply these things in our day-to-day lives, man. Okay, so with that, I'm gonna say shalom.